here we are in the second race of Launcher Race Season 2. There's a total of 16 cars out here. This is just Spikey's here because he's in the auto advance. But last race, MB the four-wheel drive fan got his first win. And this is so here's currently our top 15. George Newen, Billy Oil, George Newen, Sheldon Shifter, Chase Racelot, Noah Godchek, Rich Mixon, Bubba Wheelhouse, Chris Roman, Nick Schiff, Eric Breaker, Carson Hayes, Dylan, Tim Treadless, Paul Conriff, Jackson Storm, Cam Spinner, Danny Swerves, Auto Vance being Spiky. So let's move on to the first batch of cars. But yeah, here's the starting grid. The two cars that will be having to go will be Richie and HJ. So let's see how that goes. All right, so currently HJ Halls is being represented by Jake. I think that's the user's name. And Richie is represented by JJ Maud. So here we go in 3, 2, 1, go. HJ Hollis will be going with Spiky. Richie is last. All right, now we have Mater Fan 08 being represented by Eric Breaker. We are 3-time champions of NASCAR being represented by Bubba Wheelhouse. Max Cook being represented by Nick Shift. And Chris Roman being represented by Jake's Cars and Reactor videos. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's go over and check. It is Bubba and Eric that will be advancing. Nick literally is going to be our second to last, and of course will be third to last. So currently, this is not looking good for the rookies. Okay, now we have Kevin Harvick fan being represented by William Byriff, Real Custom Cars being represented by Cruz Ramirez, FS Fong being represented by Gene NASCAR, and J. McPillar being represented by Miles Amazing Reviews. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, go. Then we go over to check. Cruz and William are advancing. JD and MFast are out. All right, now we have Blaine McQueen being represented by Joe Myers, Energy 290. Conrad Camber being represented by Cars Enthusiast 12. Barry DePel being represented by Boco. And Will Rush being represented by MB the Aiken Axler fan. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. It is Barry and Conrad that will advance. Okay, now we have Chuck Armstrong, 33, being represented by Tim Tretless. Rex Larver fan, 80, being represented by Dan Garcia. Jonas Carver's being represented by Andre Jr. and Kirby Tanks and Gaming Productions, 39, being represented by Ryan Inside Lane. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Ryan and Tim will advance. Okay, now we have NASCAR Cars being represented by Harvey Rockhap, Gogo Logano being represented by Aikens World, Dave Apex the Revolting Racer being represented by Paul Conriff, and Jackson Storm being represented by Next Gen Productions. All right, so here we go in 3, 2, 1, go. It is going to be, let's go check. It is Harvey and Jackson. All right, now I will be a little bit more quirkier and record from this shot. But anyways, we have Woody Studios being represented by Danny Swerves, George Newen being represented by MB the four-wheel drive fan, aka last race's winner, SC787 being represented by Cam Spinner, and Billy Oil Changer being represented by Sheldon Shifter. So here we go in 3, 2, 1, go. It's going to be George, and then Sheldon and Danny that advance. Okay. Now we have Carson Hayes Dillon being represented by Dale Jr. Piston Cup 8. Najee's Amazing Cars and NASCAR being represented by Rich Mixon. Amadeus Cars TV being represented by Noah Gochek. And Sarah Chen being represented by Chase Racelot. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. It's going to be Rich and Noah that advance. Alright, guys. Here's all the cars that are advancing. Noah, Rich, Sheldon, Danny, Harvey, Jackson, Tim, Ryan, Barry, Conrad, William, Cruz, Eric, Bubba, HJ, Spiky. Okay, now we have Mayor Family being represented by Eric Breaker. We are 3-time champions of NASCAR being represented by Bubba Wheelhouse. AJ Hall is being represented by Justin. And Caroline Doyle being represented by Spiky Phillips. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Mater Fan 08 and Bubba will advance. All right, now we have Real Custom Cars being represented by Cruz Ramirez. Kevin Harvick fan being represented by William Byron. Boko being represented by Barry DePedal. And Conrad Camber being represented by Carson Enthusiast 12. Here we're going 3, 2, 1, go. Boko and Conrad will advance. Alright, guys, to fix an issue where 2 cars would slam into each other, we have 2 on one side, 2 on the other. So NASCAR cars is being represented by Harvey Rockhaps over here. Next Gen Production is being represented by Jackson Storm. Chuck Armstrong 33 being represented by Tim Trellis. And Ryan Inside Lady being represented by Kirby Tankson. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Shoot. Let me go check. It is Ryan and Tim. Now we have Woody Studios being represented by Dan Swervez. Sheldon Shifter being represented by Billy Oilchanger. Not Just Amazing Cars and NASCAR is being represented by Rich Mixon. And Noah Gochek being represented by Amadeus Cars TV. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Sheldon and Danny will advance. Here's the final 8 cars. Dan Swervez, Sheldon Shifter, Tim Treadless, Ryan Laney, Barry DePedal, Conrad Camber, Eric Breaker, Bubba Wheelhouse. Alright, so now we have Kirby Tankson, Chuck Armstrong 33, Woody Studios, Billy Oilchanger. Here we're going 3, 2, 1, go. Tim and Ryan are advancing. Alright, now we are 3-time champions of NASCAR being represented by Bubba Wheelhouse. Eric Breaker being represented by Mater Fan 08. Barry DePedal being represented by Boko. And Conrad Camber being represented by Cars Enthusiast 12. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. It is going to be Eric and Bubba that advance. Here's the 4 for the semifinals. Eric Breaker, Bubba Wheelhouse, Ryan Laney, Tim Treadless. Alright, now we have Tim, Ryan, Eric, and Bubba. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Bubba and Eric will advance. Alright, who will win, Bubba or Eric? Well, we're about to find out. Alright, now we have Eric and Bubba. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. We are 3-time champions of NASCAR. Wins Eric Breaker 2nd, Ryan Laney 3rd. Here is your podium. First is Bubba. Second is Mater Fan. Third is Ryan. So currently that makes Tristan have the 2nd overall win. And I decided in the next launcher race, I'm no longer going to be doing auto advancing, just have everybody driving against each other.